Why optimists think alike and pessimists differ. The science of brain scans. Optimism and pessimism. A fascinating brain study reveals key differences. On July 21, 2025, a groundbreaking study was published, shedding light on how optimists and pessimists think about the future. The research indicates that while optimists exhibit similar brain activation patterns when envisioning future scenarios, pessimists display a unique and varied brain response. This intriguing finding opens up new avenues for understanding the cognitive processes behind optimism and pessimism, which are crucial as optimism is linked to improved physical, mental, and social well-being. The study draws inspiration from a famous quote by Leo Tolstoy. All happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. This notion extends beyond family dynamics and into the realm of neuroscience. According to Kuniaka Yanagisawa, the lead author and psychologist at Kobe University in Japan, the research reveals that imagining the future is not merely a personal endeavor. Rather, optimists share common cognitive frameworks that may explain why they connect so well with others. Previous research has established that optimists tend to have larger social circles and are more accepted by their peers. Yanagisawa sought to explore whether this social success stems solely from personality traits or if there is a shared brain mechanism among optimists that facilitates their ability to forge social connections. To investigate this, the researchers utilized functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, to scan participants' brains while they imagined specific future events, either concerning themselves or their spouses. These events varied in emotional tone, ranging from positive to neutral and negative. Following the imaging, participants completed a questionnaire to assess their levels of optimism or pessimism. The study was conducted twice, first with 37 participants and then with 50. The analysis focused on the medial prefrontal cortex, a brain region known to be active during future event visualization. The researchers compared brain activation patterns between pairs of participants and found that only pairs of optimists exhibited similar activation patterns. In contrast, pairs that included one or more pessimists showed significant differences in their brain responses. Additionally, optimists demonstrated greater variability in brain activity when processing emotionally charged events compared to pessimists. This study aligns with previous research on positive social traits. For instance, a 2022 study found that individuals in central positions within their social networks displayed similar brain activation patterns, while those on the periphery exhibited more individual differences. Elisa Beck, a social neuroscientist at the University of Southern California, refers to these findings as the Anna Karenina Principle, which suggests that successful endeavors share common characteristics, whereas failures are often unique. Beck offers an intriguing interpretation of the optimism study, suggesting that while there are numerous ways to be pessimistic, optimistic individuals tend to converge on a few shared mental models of a hopeful future. This convergence may be a fundamental mechanism that fosters social connections. However, this raises an important question: what drives the Anna Karenina Principle in positive social traits? Cultural values may play a significant role, as they can guide individuals towards specific goals valued by society, such as optimism or social connectivity, potentially leading to similar behaviors and thought patterns over time. Moreover, the study's measurement of optimism may overlap with other traits, such as loneliness or social network position. Beck emphasizes the need for further research to clarify the relationships between these constructs, as the current study did not account for loneliness or social network dynamics. It's essential to recognize that optimism and pessimism are not fixed traits. They can evolve with age and vary across cultures. Interestingly, extreme optimism may not always be beneficial, as it can lead to inadequate future planning, according to Alia Devitt, a psychologist at the University of Waikato in New Zealand. Conversely, pessimism can serve a positive function in certain contexts, as some individuals adopt a defensive pessimism strategy, which can enhance their preparedness for future challenges. What do you think? Is optimism always the best approach, or can pessimism have its advantages? Share your thoughts in the comments below. ***. Optimists' brains think alike. Study reveals shared neural patterns in future imagining. #Optimists' brains exhibit similar patterns when envisioning the future. Introduction. Have you ever wondered why optimists seem to connect better with others? A fascinating new study reveals that the brains of optimists show remarkably similar patterns when they imagine future events, while those of pessimists display a greater variety of responses. This intriguing research, conducted using functional magnetic resonance imaging (fMRI), suggests that optimists process both positive and negative scenarios in unique, shared ways, potentially explaining their enhanced social connections. Key insights. Common neural patterns. Optimists demonstrate comparable brain activity when contemplating future possibilities. Emotional detachment. They tend to view negative scenarios in a more abstract manner, distancing themselves emotionally from adverse outcomes. Social connectivity. This shared way of thinking about the future may contribute to the stronger social bonds that optimists often enjoy. Source: Kobe University. When it comes to envisioning future events, optimists' brains operate in a remarkably similar fashion, contrasting sharply with the more individualized responses seen in pessimists. This finding from Kobe University sheds light on why optimists are often perceived as more sociable. They may share a unified vision of what lies ahead. Research indicates that optimists generally report higher satisfaction in their social relationships and maintain broader social networks, according to psychologist Yanagisawa Kuniakai from Kobe University. But what accounts for this phenomenon? Recent studies have shown that individuals in prominent social roles tend to respond to stimuli in similar ways. This suggests that those who share a positive outlook on the future may also visualize it in a comparable manner, facilitating a better understanding of each other's viewpoints. To explore this hypothesis, Yanagisawa brought together a diverse team of experts from social psychology and cognitive neuroscience. The reason this question has remained largely unexplored is that it lies at the intersection of social psychology and neuroscience. However, merging these two fields allowed us to delve into this complex issue. The research team recruited 87 participants, spanning the full spectrum from pessimism to optimism, and asked them to imagine various future scenarios. During this process, their brain activity was monitored using fMRI, which allowed researchers to observe how thoughts about the future manifested as distinct patterns of neural activity. In their findings published in the journal PNAS, the Kobe University team noted that optimists exhibited remarkably similar neural activity patterns when contemplating future events, while pessimists displayed a wider range of neural responses. Drawing inspiration from the famous opening line of Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina, the researchers summarized their results by stating, "Optimistic individuals are all alike, but each less optimistic individual imagines the future in their own way." Yanagisawa remarked, "The most striking aspect of this study is that the abstract concept of thinking alike was literally visualized through patterns of brain activity." Furthermore, the research revealed that optimists show a more significant difference in neural patterns when considering positive versus negative events compared to pessimists. This indicates that optimistic individuals can clearly differentiate between good and bad futures in their minds. In essence, optimism does not simply involve reinterpreting negative experiences in a positive light. Instead, optimists tend to process negative scenarios in a more abstract and psychologically distant way, which helps lessen the emotional weight of such situations, Yanagisawa explains. He concludes, "The common feeling of being on the same wavelength is not merely a figure of speech. In a very tangible sense, The brains of optimists may share a collective vision of the future. However, this raises further questions. Is this shared cognitive mechanism innate, or is it developed over time through experiences and conversations? Yanagisawa aims to deepen our understanding of the roots of loneliness and the factors that enhance interpersonal communication. He states, "I believe that uncovering how this shared reality comes to be is a crucial step toward fostering a society where people can communicate more effectively." Funding. This research was supported by the Japan Society for the Promotion of Science, grants JP 267803342, JP 19H01747, and the Japan Science and Technology Agency, grant JPMJRX 21K3. It was conducted in collaboration with researchers from Kyoto University, Osaka University of Comprehensive Children Education, La Trobe University, and Kindai University. About this research. Author, Daniel Shins. Source, Kobe University. Contact, Daniel Shins, Kobe University. Image credit, Neuroscience News. Original research, open access. Optimistic people are all alike, shared neural representations supporting episodic future thinking among optimistic individuals. By Yanagisawa Kuniakai et al. Optimists. The Science of Optimism. How our brains think alike. Did you know that how we imagine the future could shape our social connections? Researchers at Kobe University have uncovered fascinating insights into why optimists often feel more at ease in groups, because their brains process future scenarios in remarkably similar ways. In contrast, pessimists' neural responses vary widely, suggesting a deeper divide in how they perceive the world. This discovery challenges our assumptions about personality and offers a new lens through which to view human behavior. But here's where it gets controversial. If optimists share a common mental blueprint for the future, does that mean they're inherently more socially compatible, or is it something they develop over time? The study, published in PNAS, used functional magnetic resonance imaging (fMRI) to track brain activity as participants imagined various future events. The results were striking. Optimists' neural patterns aligned closely, while pessimists showed greater diversity, hinting at a biological basis for differences in social interaction. Yanagisawa Kuniakai, the lead researcher, explains, "This isn't just about thinking alike, it's about how our brains literally map shared experiences." When optimists envision a positive outcome, their neural pathways mirror each other, making it easier to connect. Yet the study also reveals complexities. Optimists don't reinterpret negative events as positive. Instead, they process them abstractly, reducing emotional distress. This approach may explain why they feel more confident in uncertain situations. And this is the part most people miss. The research suggests that optimism isn't just a mindset, it's a neurological trait. But is it innate, or do social experiences shape it? Could this shared neural framework be something we're born with, or does it emerge through dialogue and shared experiences? Yanagisawa asks, inviting debate. His ultimate goal? To bridge the gap between neuroscience and social psychology, creating a society where understanding others feels more intuitive. So what does this mean for us? Next time you find yourself in a group, consider that your brain's future vision might be the key to smoother conversations. But here's the twist. The same neural patterns that foster connection could also reveal hidden divides. What do you think? Does our optimism stem from biology, or do we build it through the people we surround ourselves with? Share your thoughts below.